Yo, what is going on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, and welcome back to week 6 of the NPBA. Yes, week 6 of the NPBA against the Maryland Myotics and Coach Solus Surfer. Now, Solus is a great battler and everything, but before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know that you guys are excited for the season to end and all this stuff, and leave me a comment down below about how the battle went, anything. You know, it really helps out, helps engagement. And if you guys would, there should be some text floating somewhere on screen with in post-production for the time that the battle starts, but I'd really appreciate if you guys would take a little bit of time and watch this. Helps my watch time and everything. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste you guys too much time. I do just want to let you know if this looks and sounds any different. I am finally in my house that I bought. This is my first recording in there. It's very echoey inside this room, and I'm really hoping that the mic doesn't pick up way too much echo. I am going to be getting some soundproofing for this room at some point. I can't promise that's going to be anytime soon. It's kind of expensive, and I just bought a house, so we're going to try not to do that too much. But yeah, so what I'm really excited about is I'm really excited about getting into this. Now, I'm going to admit to you guys, already, I did this battle like 3 weeks ago. We did this battle. I did not have time to record it because I had already had all my stuff packed up, and I didn't get my computer set up until last week or end of the week prior. But for this week's battle and next week's battle, it's going to be relatively the same because we did our next week's battle about 2 weeks ago. So we did this one like 3 weeks ago. We did the other one like 2 weeks ago. And it's kind of been hard. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this one up and the next one up on the next day, like tomorrow when this one's posted. That way you guys can get the battle in 2 weeks, and that way we're not too much behind. I'm going to try to get this out as quickly as possible because it is currently the 21st when I'm recording this, so we'll see when I can get this out. So I apologize if, it's 2 weeks later you guys are seeing this. But, yeah, so Solus is a really good battler. He has not had the best season. He's currently, he only won... At this time, I can't remember what his differential was at this point, but he'd only won like not that many battles, and he definitely has, in my opinion, the scariest team in the entire league. Right? His team consists of Gouging Fire, Suicune, Iron Valiant, Excadrill, High Key Touchtricity, Squawkabilly, Mousehold, Sableye, Thwackey, Cryogonal, and Espathra. Now, he picked up Espathra halfway through the season. He hasn't brought it at all this season, as well as he hasn't brought Thwackey. I don't believe Thwackey will be coming as well, but obviously Thwackey is getting access to grassy terrain for healing, as well as getting access to stuff like Grassy Glide, Knockoff, Drain Punch, stuff like that. Can definitely be pretty scary. Espathra, we know is decently scary. Getting access to Speed Boost and then stuff like Calm Mind, Stored Power Sets is just crazy. Gouging Fire is one of the new Paradox Pokemon. This was actually one that I was looking at picking up, but obviously, like, this went like round 2. Like, he was, I think he was like the second overall pick, because I think he was right before me, and I was 3, I believe. So, he definitely picked this thing up as his first round pick. It's incredibly scary. Burning Bulwark is a very scary move. Getting access to the new Temper Flare, Flare Blitz, does get access to like Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw sets as well. Iron Head, Earthquake, which is kind of a stab in the back, because Entei never got access to Earthquake. But, Entei, or Gouging Fire does, and Entei still doesn't. So, but Gouging Fire is definitely scary. He has the regular Suicune, which is incredibly bulky, getting access to, like, Tailwind stuff as well. It gets Tailwind, Scald, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Icy Wind. It's just, overall, it's just a very, very good Pokemon, and it's really, really scary for our team specifically. Excadrill is pretty scary, that getting access to like Rapid Spin, Iron Head, Earthquake, I think it gets Stomping Tantrum, maybe, if that's the other, like, one it gets for doubles, it might be better. And just overall, it's just a really, really, really scary Pokemon. Does get access to, like, Stone Edge and Rock Slide as well. Sand Rush and Sand Force. Luckily, he doesn't have any manual sand on this team. I don't know if any of his Pokemon get Sandstorm. I guess I should have looked into that before doing the battle, but yeah, he does have access to Sableye as well. Sableye being an incredibly scary Pokemon and has worked out really well for him this season, being the only Pokemon, or the only team to almost beat the #1 team in the league at this point. And it was kind of scary. So he would have beat the #1 team in the league, except for he didn't have an attacking move on Sableye. I remember him saying that. But Sableye, obviously, Prankster is just incredibly scary. Thunder Wave, Will-o-the-Wisp, Taunt, Foul Play, Recover. It's just a great Pokemon. Mousehold is a Pokemon that I keep wanting to draft, but we haven't yet. Population Bomb is really, really scary on this thing. Low Kick, Bite, Tidy Up, being able to get rid of our webs if we decide to bring it. All that stuff. Squawkabilly is obviously really scary too. Getting both Hustle and Guts and Intimidate. Does it get Hustle? No, I think it just gets Guts and Intimidate. I don't know why I said Hustle. But I'm tired. It's been a few weeks. Like, we've been unpacking. It's been a lot. But yeah, Guts is incredibly scary with Flame Orb, as well as Intimidate can be pretty good. I don't know if he'd bring it for our team specifically, but he may end up bringing it. Guts is just a great ability, but Toxtricity High Key is definitely a threat as well, getting access to stuff like Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt. That is one of his Terra Captains. It can Terra into a normal type or an electric type. Or there's another one too. I think it might have been Water. But I think the normal Boom Burst Terra is something that we definitely have to watch out for, especially because he has Sableye. Iron Valiant is incredibly scary. Obviously, one of the best, if not the best, Paradox Pokemon. Gets access to Close Combat, Drain Punch, Spirit Break, Moon Blast, Focus Blast, Encore, Destiny Bond, all that kind of stuff. We drafted it just a couple seasons ago, and it's just such a good Pokemon. And having that and Gouging Fire and Suicune is so incredibly scary. And Cryogonal is definitely one of his better Pokemon. Like, don't get me wrong, Cryogonal is not a Pokemon you want to sleep on. Getting access to Recover. It's relatively bulky and decently fast. Gets access to Freeze Dry and Ice Beam. Any Ice type being able to hit Water types are super effective when they would normally resist it is incredibly scary. Does get access to, like, Rapid Spin. Does get access to, like I said, Recover. Stuff like that. If I had to pick a 6 that I think he's going to bring, I would say Gouging Fire, Suicune, Iron Valiant, probably Sableye, probably Mousehold, and then it's a toss-up for me between Squawkabilly and Excadrill. But yeah, let's just get into the team that I'm bringing. Alright guys, so this is the team that we're bringing against Solus. We're starting it off with our Ogerpon Cornerstone here with Ivy Cudgel, Hornleech, Splinky Shield, and Swords Dance. Max Attack, Max Speed with remaining 4 HP, and a Jolly Nature. This thing outspeeds, like, the majority of his team, other than, like, Booster Energy, Iron Valiant, all that kind of stuff. We have Ivy Cudgel because that hits Suicune. Mainly hits Suicune. It does hit Excadrill. He doesn't really have a lot of Pokemon that want to take it. I mean, I guess Gouging Fire would take it. Thwackey would take it. Technically, Cryogonal would take it as well. It is resistant against Toxtricity, but... Well, what am I talking about? I'm thinking it's Grass. Like I said, I'm tired. It's Rock, right? So it's going to be hitting Gouging Fire for super effective. As well as, like, Squawkabilly, and it's going to be hitting Cryogonal. Thwackey still resists it. Suicune still resists it, but we do have Hornleech for Suicune specifically, as well as Excadrill. And then we have Spiky Shield, so we don't have to worry about, like, a Population Bomb or, like, a Flare Blitz or, like, a Close Combat. And then we have Swords Dance if we can set up. Now, guys, this next Pokemon, I'm so excited for this, guys. I'm so excited. I'm bringing the heat this week with Custap Berry Ursaluna Blood Moon. Like, I'm so excited for this, guys. We got Blood Moon, Earth Power, Vacuum Wave, and Endure with the Custap Berry, right? We have Max HP, Max Special Attack with the remaining 4 in Speed with a Modest Nature. Now, we are EV'd. With this, we take a Max Attack Adamant Drain Punch from Iron Valiant. We do not take a close combat. However, in all of his battles up until this point, he has only run Drain Punch. He has not run close combat. So, being able to take that, and then going for an Endure, and then Custap Berry, and even if he does, like, we can just go for the Endure anyways, if we think he has close combat, or we see it first, then we take that. We have a Vacuum Wave to pick off something like Mousehold, or, Cryogonal, or I guess technically the Extra Drill, but we have Earth Power for Extra Drill and Gouging Fire, as well as we have Blood Moon that just hits everything on his team for unresisted damage, except for the Extra Drill and obviously Sableye immune to it, right? So we're actually doing, so this is actually going to be really cool. I'm really excited about this set. A lot of times when I try to run cool sets like this, it doesn't work out for me. So we'll have to see how that works out in the battle. I already know how it works out, so obviously because I've done the battle already, but obviously a lot of times stuff like this doesn't work out for me. So I was going to be really upset if it didn't work out, and it might not, so you guys just got to watch the battle. And we got Zero Ledge here with Life Orb, Flash Fire. We have Max Attack, Max Speed with a Jolly Nature, remaining 4 in HP. This outspeeds a lot of his team too. I wanted to have the Ghost type for the Mousehold. Honestly, Zero Ledge hasn't been doing too much for us this season. We have Sword Stance if we can use it. We have Bitter Blade that's going to hit everything for everything on his team for unresisted damage except for the Gouging Fire and Suicune. Poltergeist hits like the Espathra. It obviously hits the Sableye if we want to go for it, as well as just super powerful. And since we outspeed a lot, I think Destiny Bond is really good if we need to pick off something. We do have Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales here. We are running the Mental Herb. Now, this didn't work out for us last time because we didn't end up going for it. But we do have the Mental Herb, Aurora Veil, Moonblast, Freeze Dry, Encore, specifically because he has brought Taunt Sableye so much this season that being able to have the Mental Herb is just super good for us. So I definitely want to do that. And then we have Max Speed, Max Special Attack with remaining 4 in HP. With a Timid Nature. This lets us outspeed a ton of his team. This is a resist for Mousehold, but we obviously know that Mousehold resist is not technically a resist. Moonblast hits the Iron Valiant, as well as the Gouging Fire, and Freeze Dry over Ice Beam because of the fact that it hits Excadrill, but it also hits Suicune, which is what I really want, and it hits the Squawk ability as well. And then Encore, if he wants to go for like a Burning Bulwark, if he wants to go for a Dragon Dance, if he wants to go for a Tidy Up on Mousehold, or specifically for Sableye as well, if he wants to go for like a Taunt, then I can Encore it into Taunt. So he might go for a Taunt, I can go for an Encore. Afterwards, Encore it into Taunt, and then if I think it's going to go for a Taunt, I can click Encore, it'll taunt me, Mental Herb will pop, I can Encore it, and then I can set up Aurora Veil the next turn. Well, actually, it wouldn't work out that way, but overall, like if I can just come in and click Aurora Veil with the Mental Herb, that would be really nice. Then we have Hitmonchan, that is Max Attack, Max Speed with an Adamant Nature, remaining 4 in HP with the Punching Glove, Iron Fist. This is what we've been running on this thing all season. It's just incredibly powerful. Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Fake Out, and Thunder Punch. Mach Punch is there, and Drain Punch is there because it hits a ton of his Pokemon. Fake Out hits, obviously, is just really good in general. And then Thunder Punch allows us to not only hit Sableye, but it allows us to hit Squawk ability, so Squawk ability doesn't like it can just come out, as well as the Suicune. So then we have Ra making his seasonal debut with the Choice Specs, Magic Bounce, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave, and Trick. Trick would be nice if we can trick like the Sableye the Choice Specs, or something like Gouging Fire the Choice Specs, or even like Mousehold. And then we have Psychic because Psychic hits Iron Valiant and Toxtricity. We don't really have a ton of answers on Toxtricity on our team. And then we have Thunder Wave if we do want to slow something down like Gouging Fire or whatever. And then we, like I said, we have Shadow Ball in order to hit the Sableye, specifically the Sableye. I didn't want it to come down to like Espeon and Sableye and then not be able to hit Sableye. So that would make me very, very sad. So yeah, that's our team. Let's get into the battle. Alright guys, so here we are in the battle against Solus. I was incredibly scared, or incredibly, floored that he did not bring the Suicune. Especially because 3 of our Pokemon right there takes, super effective damage from it. The Suicune is incredibly scary. I didn't think he'd bring the Squawk. But, yeah, and by the way, Ursaluna finally has a model in this game, and I just think it's super cool. So I'm actually just really excited that Ursaluna finally does. So I was expecting him to lead off Sableye. I didn't know who else he would lead. I think Gouging Fire was also a good one. So I decided there's the Sableye is what I thought, Gouging Fire. And then we led Ursaluna and we led Ninetales, right? This was the lead that I was expecting on his part. If I led Ursaluna, I could threaten him off with a really, really powerful Earth Power, as well as this will allow me to just set up the Aurora Veil in front of the Sableye, because the Sableye might think he's sleek here, which then he does. He does Burning Bulwark, and he taunts the Ninetales, which I think is really good. We do get our Mental Herb off, and we do still get the Aurora Veil up. And then we Blood Moon into the Sableye, because I figured that what he was going to do was Burning Bulwark here, but I also just wanted to get rid of the Sableye. And in case he switched this thing into Sableye, or into Squawkabilly, we then could Blood Moon into the Sableye with our Mind's Eye. We hit it, we knock it out in 1, which was just really, really great. We don't have to worry about that Sableye. Now, he does bring out Mousehold. Now, if I remember right, I can't remember what I did here. I switched into Ogerpon. I can't remember if I thought he was going to go for a Population Bomb into me or not. And then he goes into Squawkabilly, I'm expecting the Ground-type move, and then I go into Zero Ledge. Okay, no, I switched into Zero Ledge because I knew he would go for a Population Bomb into Ursaluna. That's what it was. Then we just got lucky with the Ogerpon switch here. So then he could, and then I believe, yeah, he gets his Flame Orb. We Spiky Shield up. He stays in, which was crazy. He Population Bombs just like I thought. And then he Parting Shots on Zero Ledge. So then we go into here, and I think we actually hit it. Yeah, we actually went and we hit the Squawkabilly with a Bitter Blade, and we ended up actually taking the Extra Drill down to 1%, and he wasn't even Focus Sash, which was kind of crazy. And then we Ivy Cudgeled on the Mousehold. We were faster, we knock it out, and then we Bitter Blade on the Extra Drill, and we knock it out. And at this point, we are at such a good spot, but he has us 2 win con still in Gouging Fire and Iron Valiant. Those are both super, super scary. He definitely comes in with Iron Valiant and Gouging Fire here. And we see that he has Booster Energy Speed, which is not great. I was hoping he'd be like Life Orb. He then goes for a Drain Punch into Ogerpon, but because of the Aurora Veil, it doesn't take us out. And we Ivy Cudgel on the Gouging Fire, and we almost take it out. But he goes for the Dragon Dance, which is now incredibly scary. If he doubles on Ursaluna, we're out of luck. So I do believe, did I go for the Endure here? I Spiky Shielded. We do not. Right, there's the Drain Punch. We take the Drain Punch. Like I said, he goes for the Dragon Claw into Ogerpon, and we take it out with the Earth Power on Ursaluna. Now here is where I was super excited, guys. This is the perfect opportunity. I click Endure. Here we go, right? He Drain Punches, takes us down to 1, right? Squawkabilly, we take out with the Ivy Cudgel, and here's the best part. I can now click the Custap Berry Blood Moon to take out the Iron Valiant to get a 6-0 win against Solus Surfer in our Week 6 battle, guys. And with this not only guarantees our spot in playoffs, but because of this, if we win the battle next week, if we win our 7th week battle, we are the number 1 team in the league. If we lose it, I do believe we stay at number 2. Yeah. So at this point, we 6-0'd, and Custap Berry Endure Ursaluna gets the final kill. I don't even think it was necessary. You know, both Hitmonchan and Espeon did not come out, but you are able to pick up that win. So the 6-0 was actually really, really unfortunate for him. I do believe this solidified his non-ability. He would have had to win this week and next week and to be able to make playoffs or even have a chance. So this is just overall, it's just really, really, really good for us. And yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much it. So yeah, just a super great battle. I was really excited and really glad how this went. Show off our really cool strats, both the Custap berry and the Midler, which is really awesome. So, but that is it for this week, guys. If you did enjoy that, make sure you let me know by hitting a like button down below and subscribing if you guys are new. And I'll see you in the next week's battle. Nitro Journal's out.